Oh, baby.
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got a special episode today or something?
Special guest in the building.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the DNVR Nuggets podcast.
Let's go.
Let's go. Presented by Bet365. Never ordinary. Certainly not tonight. Not because
Not
I have Dev
ordinary.
in the house. On an off day, Dev is here. Can you believe it?
I'm shocked. But I had to come in. PWat's here. I had to come in.
Harrison Wind is here. You guys are excited about that. But of
Yada,
course,
yada.
the man of the hour, live in studio himself, PWat, a.k.a. Swatson, a.k.a. Peyton Watson. Peyton, welcome to the show.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me.
I like
Thanks
also
for coming
that you
on.
brought the famous necklace.
Yeah, man. I think this is a staple now since we won that championship. I think everybody's seen these enough.
How long did it take Michael Malone to give that back to you after the parade? This is my biggest question.
Time goes by fast when you're having fun, but he definitely had it for a minute there, and that was all him, man.
Where you're like, don't go home with that?
It's time to bring that back, buddy.
Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about it.
It's probably the single most famous piece of jewelry in Colorado. I think. Honestly, I can't think of another famous piece of jewelry.
I mean, the
Probably
championship
the
rings
trophy.
are probably pretty high
Yeah.
up there.
Probably the trophy.
Is a trophy a
And
piece
the
of
rings.
jewelry?
It has to be.
A trophy.
I wear that thing out. I would wear it out.
Is trophy jewelry? Very interesting question. Also on the show today, we do have D-Line and Brendan Vogt. We got the whole squad here, man. We weren't going to miss out. You guys can wave at the camera. They'll be asking.
right.
Never ready.
But we got everybody here. But we weren't going to miss it for this one. I got to start with, you never get 3 days off in the middle of the season. This is very rare. What do you do with yourself with 3 days off?
Yeah, I was just talking to my pops about that before I came here. This is the longest break we've had, I think, in season in a long time. So, it's great to be able to relax your muscles, get recovery and treat your body right. It's great to have it, but it's really not as much time as people think it is because we're going to LA tomorrow.
Right.
So came into the gym today, had yesterday off, gonna practice tomorrow, and then we're off.
Do you need that? 21 years old. Do you honestly, is it 3 days off your body needs it? Or are you one of the guys that's that's for the old heads?
It's definitely something that I probably need, but I was just thinking to myself yesterday when we had the day off, dang, I can't wait to get back to playing basketball. So basketball's always been my first love. That's the reason why I play the game, and yeah.
That's how we are. When we have days off, we hate it. We miss coming into work, right, guys?
They can't stand it. They hate these days off.
Speak for yourself, Dev.
I love the days off. I'll be needing the rest. I need the time off. I need to get right.
Dev has left the building multiple times before the show was over. When he knew his part was over, and then he's out the door. It's actually his thing.
They're bringing up old stuff. That was 3 years ago. It's been a long time coming.
Like Nikola said.
Going to LA, though, to play this game against the Lakers, it's Kobe statue night. You're from LA. You wear the number 8. I mean, I gotta think you were a Kobe guy.
Absolutely.
Does this game have a significance to you?
Yeah, I was largely influenced by Kobe, 100%, no doubt. I'm going to go and pay my respects to Kobe 100%, but we still got to go in there and play like it's a normal game, Them Lakers are rivals to us, some people say. So we're just going to go in there with the same mindset and try to kill them, I'm not no fan of the Lakers. I'm a Denver Nuggets fan.
I'll go ahead and say it. I hate the Lakers. They're the single team of all sports that I most hate. And it's fine. I respect them and this or that. But they're of all the teams I have something I can respect or like or this or that. They're the one team that I'm I just have no love for them.
You don't like their fans or what?
Oh, it's everything about it.
It's actually, I don't like
Their
the colors.
their media,
I don't like their media. Yeah.
how they claim all those titles from when they were in Minneapolis.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Before the forward pass was invented.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Yeah, but that's also that's a home game for you, really. It's not just going back to for this, statue night and Kobe. Were you a Laker fan growing up, or did it just go away?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, I was a big Kobe fan. Obviously, he played for the Lakers his entire career, so I always was rooting for the Lakers. But, as I grew up, I started to become more of a players type guy. I love KD. I loved Bron, too. But KD and Kobe were my two biggest influences, I'll say.
Gotcha.
I like good influences. Let me start by asking you about the championship. When you think back to it, obviously you were a small part in terms of minutes played. But when you think back to it, what's going to be the lasting impression or the things that stick out in your mind the most from that whole experience, including the post-championship parade and everything else?
For me, it was just like, I think the biggest thing that kind of took me by surprise was just that transition from being super locked in to we got to win this, give it everything we got, to after the championship just having that sigh of relief, like, dang, we can have fun, we can enjoy this moment with one another. And I think that really brought us closer together than anything, being able to win together and accomplish something together. And I think that's why our locker room is so tight-knit these days.
So you notice a difference in that from last year to this year because of that experience?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are moments you never forget. And we got a sense of pride. You know, we got something to protect and defend. We're the reigning champs. So I think that to have a goal last year of winning the championship and accomplishing it is one thing, but defending it is another thing.
I've got to think that the regular season, the leading up to the championship run, I've got to feel like this season has a different feeling when you're in it compared to last year, you know, chasing that first championship. Does it feel different this year when you've already banked the championship and you're like trying to repeat? I don't know if there was pressure last year to win it, or does the regular season feel different?
Yeah, absolutely. The regular season feels a lot different this year. You know, being a contributor night in and night out, there's a different sense of focus. I mean, taking care of my body, lifting, maintaining, and also finding that good balance of putting in that extra work that I love to do, which is coming in early before practice, coming back again later. So it's definitely been an adjustment for me just to continue to build my routine and kind of make my way as a young player. But I'll definitely say that the focus is on a different level this year.
Mm-hmm. Not to go too far behind the curtains or, you know, ask too personal, but do you sense a difference in like Coach Malone or Jokic and Jabal, like going from last year to this year, like just like the core guys?
Definitely, because I think we realized everything that it took to win that championship. You know, home court was big for us. Home court advantage was huge. We got the best home court in the league by far. I think the attendance that we get night in, night out on just a regular Tuesday game is unbelievable. So when you take that and you put us in game 4 of the finals, game 5 of the finals, like, that's tough to beat. And I think that this year we know the importance of that, so we're going hard this regular season so that we can remain on top of the West. But, you know, there's some good teams this year, so we're definitely battling.
So I know if I could go back to last year, you play at the end of the year a lot of minutes, and you have some really good games. And I have heard from talking to different people with the team that there were real discussions about, should we play Peyton in the playoffs? Like, we didn't play him all year. He played really well at the end, and it looks like he can make an impact. Were there discussions behind the scenes about, hey, man, we might go to you or we're not going to go to, like, did you know going into the playoffs if you were going to have a role or not? And were those things made public to you?
Absolutely. You know, I knew that I was in consideration for those minutes in the playoffs. I never really put too much pressure on it because of how the season went. You know, I didn't play a lot. But in those last games, I definitely showed what I could do as far as my defensive versatility, the energy that I bring. So I think it was definitely there for consideration. But, you know, it's a lot to throw a 20-year-old in the fire when he hasn't had much regular season experience and then just say, okay, now go play in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that kind of had played a part in it. But, you know, it was no hard feelings for me. That just made me more locked in every game because I knew that there might be a chance that this is the game that I go on. Guys getting foul trouble.
Right.
We're playing at 8-man rotation at most. So there was definitely a lot of factors that played into it. But there were times where Coach got on me. He was like, I need you to be locked in. I need you to be ready because your time may come. And I always just stayed ready. And that's, you know, I think that's a part of why I pay so much attention to detail now.
Right. Yeah, this is your breakout moment. I mean, how are things different for you? This whole year, it was about, okay, Peyton, early in the year, Michael Malone has the line. And I felt like he was talking to you. Maybe he was talking to everybody. But you don't have a spot just because I'm going to give it to you because it's your time. Everybody's got to earn it. It just felt to me, we're looking at the rotation going, Peyton, he's playing. He's right here in the spot. He almost sent that message. And it's funny because that was only 3 months ago. Now, you're a lock every single night, an important piece. Do you feel the rise, and what's it been like for you on this journey? How Are you getting recognized more? Do you just the difference from 4 months ago to now? What has it been like?
I mean, it's been a roller coaster, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot more ups and downs, thankfully. I've definitely taken it serious this year, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I wanted to earn that role. I wanted to, earn my keep and show people why I'm playing and why I'm getting the minutes at 21 years old for a reigning champion team. So I definitely have been locked in on that end. But, I mean, as far as, like, off the court and everything, it's just been, a full 360. Like, I'm going places and people notice me.
You're in commercials.
I was just about to mention that.
That
like,
probably doesn't happen last year.
The commercial was huge, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it all kind of came perfect timing with my development as a player and all the off the court stuff. I think it kind of came at the perfect time. And I've been able to have this kind of rise and this surge to being one of the, most talked about guys in his second year at least. So it's something that I'm obviously not happy with. There's a lot more to accomplish, and I'm hungrier than ever. So getting to go out and contribute for our team night in, night out is a dream come true, and I'll never take it for granted.
We got to get to a break here in a second, but I was going to ask this question. Blocking shots has become your thing. How was this always your thing? Have you always been a good shot blocker, or was there a moment where you're like, this is my, like, number one skill? You block shot. I don't know if you know this. You have the highest block rate of anybody that's not a center in all of the NBA.
That's wild. Yeah, that's wild.
When did this become your thing?
I want to say it started in high school, just right around when I started getting, like, coming into my frame a little bit. I grew to, like, 6'7" around my junior year, and the athleticism started to come. But my timing was always great. Like, I was always one of those people with good timing. And I noticed in high school, like, it was like I played the entire game, every minute of every game my junior year. So it was imperative for me not to get in foul trouble. So at the lower levels, I realized, like, I don't have to always try my hardest to cut this guy off. Like, I can meet him at the rim, and it's first person to the rim. So in high school, especially where the guys obviously aren't as good as the pros, I was able to time it up and pretty much block it every time. Like, there were multiple games in high school where I had 5, 6, 7 blocks.
Really?
So absolutely.
What's the most you've ever had?
The most blocks in a game I think I ever had was like 9.
Really?
Yeah, I almost had a quadruple double. I remember in an away game in high school.
Casual.
Yeah, I had 16, 12 boards. I think 11 assists and I 9 blocks. So
that pissed you off when you saw it at the end?
Yeah,
that's
a
kind of
little
a bummer.
bit.
There's probably one they didn't give you
the
credit
first
for
ever sophomore quadruple
especially
double
on the road. That
That's
scorekeeper
rough,
was probably suspect.
I get mad when
it
that
was
happens
tough.
to me in 2K.
And I was getting the overrated chance. I was getting it all. It was a good
Yeah.
game.
This guy can't
Absolutely.
even get a
Somebody
quadruple
in the crowd, you have a quadruple double or near quadruple double, and they're chanting overrated.
You just look at them and
People
laugh,
were just saying
man.
anything.
You just look at them and laugh. I've never, ever played bad when they ever called me overrated, ever.
All right. Talk shit to Peyton at the games, everybody. That's what really gets him going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have a favorite block this season? You have 44. I don't know. I went and watched every single one in prep for this. Do you have a single favorite one?
Favorite one of the year so far? Dang, this is tough.
I might refresh your memory. Do you want me to refresh your memory?
Yeah, you talk to me about it.
Let's do a bet 365. Never ordinary. Top 5 blocks. Top 5 blocks of Peyton Watson's season so far.
Okay,
all right?
this is big time.
I got my list right here. Number 5, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tries to ISO you in transition. Shai is one of the toughest covers in the NBA. Do you remember this one?
Absolutely.
Comes in transition, and it wasn't like you got a fingernail on it or whatever. He makes a move, cross you up, go to the rim. 99 out of 100, that's you block into the stands.
I feel like he also probably gets his shot blocked like the least out of a lot of guards out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because he's so long and he's so good with the angles and stuff.
Number 4, Kevin Knox. Do you remember this one? Inbound play.
Yep.
2-handed block, and you block it so hard that he falls. Like, it's like you both go meet at the top, and he gets sandwiched.
Yep. I remember that one at home versus Detroit. Yes, sir.
That was a very good one. All right, this other one happened just the other day. DeAndre Ayton lob block. This is the craziest one. This is the ballsiest one.
Actually, can you tell us about this block? Can you tell us about this one?
Yeah, like I explained post game, I felt like I was a little late to the rotation. You know, I'm supposed to be in there already. But, you know, that kind of almost sometimes makes the play when they don't think you're there and go up as if nobody's there. And I seen him go to catch it and dunk it. So I'm like, dang, I either got to make a play on it or I got to let him dunk it. And I'm not going to be caught on film letting nobody dunk it when it's my responsibility. So I just went up, tried to make a play on the ball, and I got it.
Very close to getting dunked on. But
It happens.
Came up. Number 2, De'Aaron Fox. This one was at the end of the quarter, if you remember this one. Because I think De'Aaron Fox, like Shea, one of the toughest guys. They go like 4 flat. They clear it out so you have no help. And he just gets a running start and goes at you.
He also might be the fastest player.
Probably him or Ja. And somehow, another one of those ones where it wasn't even close. You grabbed the ball.
Yeah, dog. I just had to make a play. You know, he's one of the fastest guys in the league, like you guys said. And sometimes it just takes an exceptional play, you know what I'm saying, to stop those guys. Right. And it's hard to do it on a night in, night out basis. So I gave my all on
Do you think there's more pressure on you on those ISO situations or like in help side when you have just you in the rim?
I think that it's way more pressure in ISO just because there's a lot of things you got to worry about. You never want to give a guy as skilled as some of these guys a pull-up 3 or anything. So you got to respect them and to move your feet with some of these guards, especially with like trying not to foul as well at the end of the quarter is tough. So I'll definitely say ISO, but I pride myself on like don't go at me at the end of a quarter or half.
The number 1, I think I actually nailed this one. The double block on Derrick Rose. I think it might have actually been a triple block when I went back and watched it because I think you get the hand, like if they don't count, it's just like a loose ball. Block it once, he shoots it again, block it twice. That might have been the best one.
That's a good one, but I got a sleeper for y'all. I think my favorite one so far this season is the one at home versus the Thunder when I blocked Giddey.
Yeah, that's a big block.
That was a pretty good one.
You sent that one about 80 miles per hour.
Why do you think that was the one for you?
I think just because if you watch the play, it wasn't even really my help. And I think Mike went up to block it as well, and I jumped over Mike's back and I blocked it. So I think it was just a high degree of difficulty block.
I don't know why, but the one last year still against Steph on the layup.
That's
the one that still always I think of for some reason.
There's also the Lakers game. It wasn't the best block, but you get one on D'Angelo Russell where you guard like all 5 guys. Like you kind of make 2 laps around the court and then finish at the rim of the block.
Yep,
the block itself was good, but the whole possession is what stood out. So, all right, let's take our first break. On the other side, we're going to get into some backstory. I feel like there's a lot we don't know about you, so we got to learn some backstory on Peyton on the other side.
Guys, if you own a home, I want you to call our friends at American Financing and tell them DNVR sent you. If you own a home, interest rates have dropped into the 5s. It's the lowest they've been in a long time. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $854 a month by tapping into their home's equity and wiping out high-interest credit card debt. So give these guys a call if you own a home, want to save money, interested in refinancing. They pride themselves on customer service. Like you call up American Financing, you're going to get somebody with American Financing. You're not going to get some third-party source, and they're going to walk you through and be there with you through the entire process. They make it all super easy. You can call them up anytime. They'll answer any question that you have. If you go to like American Financing's Google reviews, great customer service, great customer service, great customer service. That's what they care about. So these are the guys to work with. If you own a home and want to save money on it, call American Financing today. You may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments with them. Call them today. Tell them DNVR sent you. 303-695-7000. Or go to AmericanFinancing.com/DNVR, NMLS number 182334, ConsumerAccess.org, APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.406% for well-qualified borrowers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms. Also, at Bet365, never ordinary. Lots of deals going on right now. They believe every sport should be epic. Right now, new customers can choose between 2 offers when they open an account at Bet365. Use code DNVR365 to sign up. Deposit $10. Choose between either a bet and get offer, place a bet of $5 or more, get $150 in bonus bets, or a first bet safety net offer. Place a bet up to $2,000. If your bet loses, you can get a matched refund in bonus bets. Check out Bet365. Download the app. Sign up with code DNVR365 when you sign up. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, back here with Peyton Watson, live in studio. So I want to get to know some backstory with you. I've met some of your family members, very tall people.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys a basketball family? And, like, where did it start? Is it aunts, uncles, cousins? Everybody play? Is it just a select few? What's the story?
So with my family, it's not actually that many. My grandfather played. He played for a long time, but he didn't go anywhere significant, but he just played. And my dad didn't play. Yeah, he's 6'3".
Okay.
And then my dad, he's actually 6'5", but he didn't grow until probably his freshman year of college. So he never really played in high school or anything like that. But my mom played in high school at Marymount High School in Los Angeles. So, I got a little bit of athletic background, but I'm the first one to, get to this level with it. But obviously, I got a little brother, 19 years old. He plays at Fullerton JC back home in LA too. So I'm looking forward to watching him when we go out there to LA this week.
Do you guys work out together?
Absolutely. That's been my workout partner since we were this tall.
Really?
And I always tell people he's made me as good as I am because just how many battles we've had, him always pushing to beat me and that making me want to be better. And I think that it's just been a really good relationship between me and him. That's my best friend.
That's awesome.
Well, I was just going to talk about, just being a 5-star, like your high school days. What are some positives about being a 5-star? And are there any, negatives, letdown spots, nervousness, just feeling like you have high expectations every single time you're out there?
Yeah, for me, it was a great experience. It's nice to be acknowledged that way, of course, but at the same time, on the other end of that, there's a lot of expectation. And I think that's something that was weighing on my shoulders 100% when I went to UCLA, especially when things weren't going as I wanted them to. So being a 5-star was great because of the, the recognition, the followers, everything that comes with that. But there's also a lot of eyes on you and you're in the spotlight. So I think that it's a blessing and a curse in some ways.
So Calvin Booth sat in that very seat not too long ago, and we asked about Peyton Watson. He'd tell us a little bit. It is very clear that he has believed in you quite a bit from day one. I think Michael Malone obviously raving about you in this stuff. Do you feel that sense of this team is not just they believe in all their guys, of course, but that the way they talk about you and the way they've been behind you, do you kind of feel that? And what has that experience been like?
It's been an amazing experience. It's hard to find words to say how grateful I am for the Nuggets and Calvin for believing in me since day one and kind of, rejuvenating that belief in myself. Because when nobody believes in you and you're in the spot that I'm in, it's a whole lot of fighting until you finally get rewarded for your work. So to be drafted on that night and have the relationship that I do with Calvin, it means the world to me because he's believed in me, like you said, from day one. And he's watched me in the gym when nobody else is there, and he's seen me putting in the work and putting it together before I even went out on the court and put it together. So for him to watch me grow and for me to be able to prove him right, it means the world to me. And then also my relationship with Coach means a lot to me as well because it's different when your coach has confidence in you to go out there and carry out your duty. And I'm confident in myself, but just having him behind me makes me 100% more confident to just go out there and play freely and with no weight on my shoulders.
To go back to draft night real quick, did you have any sense that the Nuggets were interested in you? And did you expect to go any earlier? Did you think you might drop into the second round? What were your expectations on draft night?
My expectations on draft night, I kind of tried to go in with no expectations just so I didn't get too high or too low. But I definitely had an idea that I could land in Denver just because they were my last workout. It was the most it was the city that I remembered the most vividly because it was my last workout. And I also went to dinner with Calvin and our assistant GM at the time, Ben Tenzer. And
where'd you guys go?
We went to
Just curious.
We went to an Italian spot in Cherry Creek. I forget the name.
Quality Italian?
It's not that one.
No,
It's not that one.
Really get out of here.
I can't even
it's a
remember.
good spot. Sorry.
He's trying to get the put on with the spot, man. When
I don't
figured
know, I'm just trying to picture the
trying to
scene.
visualize
Just trying
it,
to put
set the
into
scene.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. But we met for dinner. We had a great dinner, a great talk. I got to tell them a little bit about myself. They got to know me a bit more. And then they told me a lot about the organization as well, and it was very informative. So when it came down to draft night, I was super naive. I thought I could maybe get picked third.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a kid. I had dreams.
Hey
so
man, if there was a redraft, I don't know.
that's
I
true.
don't know.
it's up there for debate. But yeah, I'm a kid, so I'm thinking every pick I'm biting my nails. I'm looking up at the board. I'm checking my phone. But you get a gauge of where you're going to go realistically. And I knew around from anywhere from 20 to 30 was kind of when I needed to be locked in. So when I heard my name called, it was a blessing. I was there in New York for it. My whole family was there. My dad, my mom, everybody pretty much but me cried. I was just so happy I couldn't do anything but smile.
So we asked Julian this question when he came on, but I have to imagine meeting Jokic for the first time. He's a 2-time reigning MVP when you're coming in. What was the first interaction like? And, I'm always just curious. One, did he know you were on the team? Because I imagine he gets over here and is like, oh, yeah, basketball season. But what was that like?
At first, it was like, when I met him, he was like, oh, hey, what's up, brother? And that's the most that he said to me probably for a while. And then we get to training camp, and I had a really good training camp for my rookie season. I remember the first day I was probably one of the leading scorers, me and him. And the more I started to be on the court with him, the more he started to talk to me. And I think we really started forming our bond towards like the middle of the regular season last year. And there was a point where I had injured myself and I was sitting on the bench in street clothes. And I remember he would always come and sit next to me and put his arm around me, and he would just tell me things that he saw in the game and relate things that he's seen. And I was like kind of taken aback because he really doesn't open up much to anybody about anything that he's thinking. I think that keeps his element of surprise high. But the fact that he was telling me those thoughts that he had on the game is something that meant a lot to me. And I just started to pick his brain more and more and ask him questions about the game. And I think that's kind of where our relationship started. And then up to now, it's night and day how much we've gotten to know each other and how much better our relationship has grown.
Yeah, you talk about, him being one of the most private and just to himself type of stars and players out there. What do you think it is about you that like make him take a liking to you? Do you think it is that curiosity of you asking those questions, or what is it?
Absolutely. I think first it starts with him seeing the work that I'm willing to put in, willing to come in early, lifting after the games with him, drinking the same protein shakes. Like, he knows that I want to be great and that I pick his brain for a reason. So I think that he can sense that I genuinely want to get better, and I think that's something that's drawn him to me from day one. We both have that mindset. But I think he really likes how I kind of watch his mental approach to the game and kind of what makes him work, and I just, sometimes I'll look at him like with a questioning look and I'll be like, well, why did you do that? And he'll explain to me exactly what's going through his head. And I think that curiosity kind of makes him more fond of me. So I think that's a big reason.
I thought you were going to say drinking the same Rakia.
Same rock. Yeah.
Dog, last playoffs, I remember when I came to his house and he poured that for me. I was like, bro, you got something on your hands here. This is dangerous.
Is that what happens when you walk into Jokic's house? He just presents you with
like, here you go.
a shot of Rakia?
Not even, he's super welcoming. He's got his wife, his daughter. I played with her for a little bit with her little play set up. And when I walked in, I was more in awe of seeing 2 MVP trophies in there. And you got to think.
Wait. Where are they? Where are they?
He's got like these 2 big old display cases with all type of balls and
It's awesome.
trophies and just all types of things, nets.
Just a whole shrine.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
But it really hits you when you see the second MVP award because that's the first time they changed the trophy.
Oh, that's right.
So he's literally the only one in the world who has one.
That is
Who has
true.
both. Yeah.
who has
that is
one
true.
now that Joel probably has his. But
Right.
at the time, it was the only time you could see one.
Yeah.
Right.
So that really kind of struck me. But yeah, definitely a welcoming guy, definitely a great host. And I was glad that I was able to get over there and see that.
You for real drink the same shake? Is that a conscious choice that you were like, what's he drinking? All right, I'm going to have that one.
Absolutely, but I don't like peanut butter, so they changed mine up a little bit.
How do you not like peanut butter? Peanut butter feels like the most universally loved
No,
food.
Adam, there are a
Dog.
lot of
There's
people,
people that
believe it
don't
or
like
not, who
peanut butter?
don't like peanut butter.
Really?
Yes.
It's very rare that you find someone who isn't allergic to peanuts that just doesn't like peanut butter. That's one
Right,
thing
right.
I will say. I think everyone that I talk to likes peanut butter.
Right.
I just,
It's a foundational food, I feel.
yeah, I don't like peanuts or
That's
peanut
up for
butter,
debate,
man. It's
but-
strange, but I'll eat it certain ways.
All
Like
right.
I'll eat a peanut butter and jelly, or I'll
Reese's
eat
peanut butter cup?
Yep,
All
Reese's. I'll eat that, but
I
that's
guess I don't
like-
ever eat peanut butter in any other way. That's
That's what-
like the only two
I
ways
don't
you eat
peanut
it.
butter in a shake. I don't know though.
Yeah,
It's
that's
too
fair.
That's my
thick.
thing.
That's fair, actually.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, to stick on Jokic, what's something about Jokic that you wish more people knew?
Just how much of a fun-loving guy he is. You know, I think a lot of people get nonchalant from Nikola just because they don't know much about him. But that's exactly how he wants it to be. The
Right.
people that he knows, he lets in and he lets them know him for who he is. But other people, he might not trust with that luxury because it's like you might spin it another way. If you listen to him a lot of times, if you ask him what his one wish is, he says that there were no smartphones.
Yeah.
Because everything he does is news. You know what I'm saying? Being
Yeah.
one of the premier basketball players on the planet comes with a lot of things. And he's one of those people who doesn't want what comes with it. He just wants to simply be good at basketball, help us win, go home, and have fun.
Right.
He likes to dance. He likes to listen to music, have fun. So he's no different than you and I. He's just one of those people who doesn't want to be necessarily known for it.
Right. I want to come back to that in the next segment because I think there's something there about maybe you guys are different in that regard. But I want to, just following up about Jokic and about asking him questions. First of all, you're playing the dunker spot now a lot. Have you ever played the dunker spot before prior to the NBA?
Nah, never.
Because that's not a spot where, that's not a spot that a lot of guys, especially wings, play. But obviously your role lends it, to playing there.
Yeah, I never played anything but really 2 or 3 up until I got here to the Nuggets. So it was definitely an adjustment, but you realize how much easier not only it makes the game for you, but for your teammates as well, having an
Right.
evenly spaced floor. So I feel like I could play from the top of the key to the wing to the corner to the baseline, and having that versatility really helps me because I can score in a multitude of ways that
Right.
way and be comfortable in a lot of different positions. So it's big for me. And I think that's another reason why me and Nikola kind of get along is because I'm opposite of him in a lot of ways. He's not obviously the most athletic guy in
Right.
the league, but he sees that in me. So plays where he thinks he can tell me how to best use my athleticism, he does in order for the good of the team.
Right.
So I think the one place where we are very similar is mental. Like, I really want to have a cerebral feel for the game. So I think that's where we share some similarities. But other than that, like physically, we're different in a lot of ways. I like to run fast and play with pace and energy, and I'm very emotional as a player.
Right.
I'm going to yell, I'm going to scream, I'm going to show how passionate I am for the game. Joker's one of those players where he never gets excited for anything he does. He gets most excited when other players
Yeah.
do.
He gets most excited when somebody else hits a game winner.
If you've ever seen that clip of Mike Porter Jr. hitting that pull-up 3 in Game 5 of the finals, Mike doesn't even react, but you see Joker going,
he
yell.
does, yeah.
Mind you, he's hitting one-leggers off, fading, throwing it behind his head, and he'll never, ever react. But I think when somebody else does, or when I got that dagger dunk this year in Brooklyn, you could see the excitement on him because he's like, wow, it's coming together for him.
Does he ever get more excited in practice? Like, is this because I feel like there's a little like he's aware and so he tamps it down, but maybe behind closed doors, does he ever get crazy?
Yeah, practice is, I feel like it's a haven for him because he could just be himself and have fun with basketball.
No
But that's
smartphones
when I
around.
really watch him most is in practice because that's when he's most himself. And we'll just be walking through plays or doing script offense or whatnot. and they'll throw it in the joker for one of our plays or whatever, and he'll spin twice, pump fake, and then just flip it up with the left hand off the top of the glass and kiss it in.
Yeah.
Or not even use glass and drop it with the left hand. And you're like, bro, that's a extremely difficult shot, and he'll just throw it up.
His signature warm up, everybody has, like, Steph has his warm-up shot. Murray has a half quarter. Guys have him. His, do you know what it is? It's like a left-handed hook shot from the baseline. He stands almost at the. Do you know what I'm talking about?
He does it before every game.
He does it before every game, and it's almost a one-handed underhand over the backboard into the. It's like the crazy of all the trick shots. It might be the hardest one I've seen.
And now this season he's been breaking out the behind the head two-hander. He's done it like 4 times this year
In games?
Yeah, in games he's done this like 4 times.
Oh,
like,
the pass. Yeah,
more so than in any other years past.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's just slowly breaking out stuff from the practice court.
Yeah.
Probably. He's probably, getting more comfortable and more comfortable, like, if that's even possible. But, he sees the guy before he even turns around, receives the ball,
quick look.
and then he throws it.
Yeah. You talk about, like, playing that dunker spot, and this is being very new to you. You also, like, a couple weeks back, you talked about changing your base on your jump shot. Is that something that players go through often, having to change their jumper? And is there a lot to that? Because now you're shooting the shot a way different way than you ever have. Like, are you thinking about it early, or do you shoot so many times with the new base that it changes?
Well, for me, it was definitely some slight changes, like bringing the ball more over from the left side of my body to the right. And obviously, like you said, having a wider base. But for me, I've always kind of had some good touch, especially around the rim and mid-range. Like, I never usually miss mid-range jumpers or floaters or anything of that sort. So I always kind of had some shooting touch. But when you smooth out the mechanics, especially when you're shooting from so far with the NBA 3, it definitely helps a lot. Like, I have more power on my shot. It's smoother. And it just feels good coming off my hands. Every time I shoot it, I feel like it's going in. And I think that the work that I put in with Mike Penberthy behind the scenes on my shot really did a lot for me.
That's awesome. Let's take a break. On the other side, I want to talk about the friends dynamic between you, Julian, and Christian. We understand you guys all kind of live close to each other, so I want to hear about that. I've only heard little bits and pieces, so I'm curious to hear about it in segment 3.
Cool.
Guys, Red Hawk Roofing, they're our friends. You want to hit them up for all your roofing needs, home, commercial, whatever it may be. They're the best in the business. Quality materials, decades of experience. They're huge DNVR supporters. They're here at the bar all the time, rooting on the Nuggets. So you might run into them also. Also, they're doing another ticket giveaway this week. So you got to be here on Thursday. Nuggets-Lakers watch party here at the bar. They're giving away 2 of their tickets to the Kings game on the 28th. So if you want to win those, be here at the bar. Nuggets-Lakers coming up on Thursday to win those. And if you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, check out redhawkroofing.com. Tell them DNVR sent you. Also, shout out to Breckenridge Brewery. We've got it at the bar, always on tap. If you don't know where to get Breck Brew, check out their check out their Breck Brew beer locator. Just type in your zip code, shows you exactly where to go to get Breck Brew. The beer of the month here at the bar is the Avalanche Ale. And also, if you're not local, check out their beer locator, breckbrew.com, to find a brewery near you.
Is that it? We back?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I want to ask, because we got this detail about you and Christian and Julian, living near. Are you guys in the exact same building? Or are you just near each other? What's the setup?
Yeah, we're all in the same building.
Yeah.
We're all in the same building.
So you guys, talking to Julian, I know you've mentioned it. You guys have formed a bond, been around each other. What is that relationship like? How much are you guys spending time together? And do you get away from basketball and just do other stuff?
Yeah, it's great to have that camaraderie, especially with the younger guys, because we can relate to each other on so many levels as far as, music taste, clothes, everything outside of sports that you could think. But also able to talk to each other about the game and how one another is feeling, where they are at mentally. And I think that it's big that we can kind of share that together, because it's hard to go through it alone, especially with the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows of this league. Like, it's not forgiving. This is our first and second years in our profession, and we're under a microscope. Like, everybody has something to say, whether good or bad, and everybody takes it very, very seriously. So for us, it's not always easy to deal with that mentally, but I know that Julian being able to come to me and CB about some struggles he may have had this year, we can give him some insight on what we went through last year and just keep his head high and make sure that he knows that there's light at the end of this tunnel.
You talk about those highs and lows of a young player in the league, and you having other people around you that you could discuss it with. What do you think goes into those highs and lows? Do you think that at times you may overthink it? Do you think that it's just part of the game? Do you think maybe it's trying to have a specific spot, or what goes into that?
I think it's just something that comes with, the season. I think even players who are established and all-stars and superstars have ups and downs as far as their body, how they're feeling night in, night out. Like, for example, Joel Embiid just had 70 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But he's also dealing with wanting to make this 65-game minimum with the games played. And, that's stuff that's tough on people as well. People go through sudden things with family. A lot of guys have wives, kids, a job. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. So I think especially for young guys, it's hard just to take that on because I think it's understated how much of a job the NBA is. Staying professional, being everywhere on time or early, doing it every day when you don't want to do it, not really having anyone to baby you and tell you, oh, it's going to be okay, and hold your hand along the way. It's something that you got to jump in the deep end and swim, man. I think that's one of the hardest parts about it.
Yeah, so I want to go back to one of the things you said about, Nikola wishes there wasn't a smartphone, wish nobody knew who he was, like he could disappear. I kind of get the sense you might not be like that. You were talking about guys being opposites. You've been the guy that grabbed the mic and then talked to the crowd and different things. Is that a role you kind of don't mind and maybe even look forward to taking on with this team, as being a little bit more front-facing?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a team full of guys who really are team guys. No one guy makes it about them. And I think we all share that similarity. But I'm definitely one of those people who, growing up, I've always known what being a really elite basketball player comes with. Right. And that's the notoriety, you know what I'm saying, running into people.
Do you think this is because you're from LA? Like, LA is Hollywood, like I don't know, the concept of being famous is more prevalent out there.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. It was never a really big deal to me to see a celebrity or to see an NBA player or something like that. Like, that's something that can happen any given day in LA. Right. So I think me being close to it and close to Hollywood as a whole definitely plays a part in it. But I'm just one of those people. I'm naturally outgoing. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I love interacting with the fans. And I love, just going out there and being able to express myself through a sport.
Yeah, you talk about interacting with fans. How much does an NBA player see online? Like, and is that a distraction or no?
Have you ever seen him talking shit about you? That's what he wants to know. Did you see?
That's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking.
Should we delete post-game show?
I'm the official Peyton guy, right? Of the show?
No.
I'm the official Peyton guy.
This is the lie. This is the lie.
We need 3 Peyton guys, man.
No, I'm sorry. I claimed. I already stuck my claim.
You try to claim you're an everybody guy.
Yeah,
Can't just keep doing this.
That is true.
But it definitely is hard to kind of stay off of social media and not read what people say about you because we care, It's impossible for somebody to go throughout their life and not see it. Even Joker, who doesn't have any social media, I'm sure he sees and hears everything people say. So the biggest thing is just to try not to let it affect you. The saying, they love you today, they hate you tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And that's just what comes with this basketball thing. People will rock with you when you're rocking, but when it's not going good for you, people will turn on you. Even a guy like, you see Klay Thompson has 4 championships, one of the best players, probably top 75 NBA players of all time. He's going through a tough stretch right now, and a lot of people are abandoning him. So it's tough.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a guy that is I'm a man of the people.
Is that right?
I am a man of the people, and the people want to know. Since we're talking about online, do you know about PWat Muse?
Yes, I do. Of course.
Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That's got to be one of my number one advocates. Even if there's a day where there's no news and nothing going on, you can expect a post from him. So I appreciate him 100%. He's been nothing but positive. He defends me in a lot of cases, even when I don't call for defending what he had.
You're like, I had a bad game. He's like, no,
he's got it. He's got it. To the point where some people have asked me, like, is that your burner account?
I was gonna ask,
you
like,
have
is
something
that
to do with it?
actually
Like,
you?
why is he defending you tooth and nail? And I'm like, dog, he's a real one. You know, he knows ball.
Yeah.
Somebody else though who is a man of the people is your teammate Aaron Gordon. And I don't know if you've seen, we have named him Mr. Nugget.
That's
he
right.
is a man of the people. He is all about Denver. He's all about, promoting his teammates, quality Mr. Nugget
And
characteristics.
embracing the city of Denver.
Embracing the city. That seems like something that you're trying to do too. Just embrace Denver, be a part of Denver, be a part of the community. Like being here for 2 years now, do you feel like you are a bigger part of Denver, and how much do you want to continue to be like becoming part of this city?
Absolutely. I mean, since day one, Denver has shown me a lot of love. I've never had a bad experience one time with anybody out in public or fan or anything. I've never had a bad experience one time. And I appreciate our fans so much because they come to the games and they're fans. They're not making it about them. They watch the games. They care about if we win or lose, and they care about the guys on the team. So that's something that I love, and that I feel it. So it's always up to me to go out there and reciprocate the love, and that's what I want to do. I want to be obviously a big face in Denver. I want Denver to know that I rep us everywhere I go, and yeah.
Love that.
How Colorado have you become? Like, how much have you embraced it? Have you some Colorado stuff? Have you gone sledding?
I haven't done no activities in the snow.
Sledding, like,
6 years old.
You could have said. Well, I wasn't going to say skiing. They can't go skiing. It's in the contract. They can't do it. So now it's sledding.
Go sledding?
Have you been to the mountains?
Have you been to the mountains?
I haven't actually. I haven't. I definitely want to go.
I don't know if sledding's in the contract either.
They're weak. I've got kids.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the fine print, but I haven't been doing any sledding or skiing or anything. But I'm definitely interested in doing so, and I definitely want to go to the mountains and see them. Obviously, it's beautiful looking at them every day. So that's definitely something that's on my list.
I can let you know about some good hikes in Boulder
let me know
if you're interested.
Yeah,
in the
hike a
off-season.
14er. Would you hike a 14er?
14 what?
14,000 foot mountain, the tallest mountains we have. Would you take?
There's a really easy one that takes only a couple hours.
That's true.
Yeah, you can do it.
He's like, no, thank you. I'm not that Colorado.
Dog, I would be gassed, man. That altitude at 5,000 feet when we play at is tough. So 14,000 feet. Salute to all those people going and hiking that. That's an endeavor, man.
Did you hear? There was a story that Jokic got lost his rookie year. He went hiking and got lost.
Really?
Yeah, they were no water or anything. He was not prepared to go do this. This is a true story. You should ask him about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
Jokic
him
and his
about it.
brothers?
It was I think it was the Manitou Incline or something. He started it, and it was like, man, this is
How do you
way
get
too
lost
hard.
on the Manitou?
Because he
It's
tried
straight up, straight down.
No, he was like shortcut, and that was wrong. It was not a shortcut, and he started going. You have to ask about it, man. That's cool though. Should we take our final break? On the other side, we have some fun stuff planned. I also want to talk about some secret stuff we might be dropping here in a little bit. Let's do that.
Sure.
Let's take a break.
Guys, if you want to watch the Nuggets, if you want to watch PWat, check out Fubo TV, FuboTV.com/DNVR, 140 plus live channels of sports shows, movies, and news. You can stream it from any device, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your TV, of course. You can sign up and start watching now, so you can hit that QR code there on the screen, or go to FuboTV.com/DNVR to get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Watch the Nuggets, tons of other sports, NFL, tennis, basketball, whatever you want. FuboTV.com/DNVR. Also, shout out to FOCO. FOCO, leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise with bobbleheads as well.
Kale,
we just got sent this
You
new
get a
one.
close up. Get a close up here.
This new Jokic
What do
bobblehead.
you think of this bobblehead? It's pretty good, right?
With the flag.
The Serbian flag and everything. Look at this thing.
You can get that from
We just
FOCO.
got it. New. It's going. I don't know where it's going to go. Somewhere new on
Probably
the set.
right there. Right there.
We're like a year away from a PWat bobblehead too. We'll get that one
Yeah,
too
we
as soon
should
as it drops.
tell FOCO to get on that. They're officially licensed with all the leagues, so you get really great-looking bobbleheads and stuff like that. Go to FOCO, and all non-presale items, you can use the code DNVR for 10% off. 10% off all non-presale items.
Did you have something?
No, but I always got to plug my people all the time. So before we get started, we have the ProAm. ProAm is back in Colorado. Squizzy's the DJ for the ProAm. That's my guy. Shea Kelly brought the ProAm back.
Aaron Gordon played, right?
Aaron Gordon played in it. Monte played in it.
P-Watt.
Another
Man, you got to play in the Pro-Am this year. You don't have to commit every single week.
Dev wants to guard you. This is what it is. Dev is
I'm just saying you got to go. Calling him out. You got to go to it.
Yeah, man, that's something that I would definitely consider doing, especially if we could do it to something where we did some giving back to the fans or anything like that. That would be big. So I would love to come out and show a little bit of my game outside of an NBA setting. So I've never done a Pro-Am or anything like that. I haven't even played in the Drew League. So I'll definitely be looking forward to do more and more
Shea
of that.
Kelly's going to be hitting you up.
Pro-Am debut in Denver.
The Drew League's a little better than the Colorado Pro-Am.
Let's not do that. Let's not go there. Let's not start.
But it's still good. It's still good. Let's bring in our other two here. Kind of give them a little shine here. You guys have been sitting over there at the other bar set. D-line, take it away.
Are we doing the
let's
reveal of the...
Let's do the shirt, yeah.
All right, well, listen, man. I don't know, Kale, if you want to bring it up on the screen. These are not available today. However...
We ran into some red tape.
We got swatted legally. But dropping hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got 3 shirts we did with my man, PWat. We worked on them. When I say we, of course, I mean me.
Yeah.
Worked on it all this
I was
weekend.
there.
Yeah. I did a lot of texting with my man Brantley.
Check these things out, man.
Yeah, man. This
Beautiful.
is an official
Tough, man.
D-line / I guess DNVR.
Dude,
PWat combination.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm super excited. What do you think? Talk to me a little bit.
Hold on real fast. The one all the way to the left is like similar to the Dare, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
what
the
it is. Crazy. That is crazy. And in the middle, I love the middle.
Bring it back up,
really.
Kale. Leave it on here, man, because I want to see it. Peyton, walk us through these, because so people know, Eric meets with, whenever we do these collabs across all of All City, Eric will meet with the athlete that we're working with, and they just kind of say, hey, these are the designs I like. Tell us about these.
Well, I'll start with the first one, PWat, to keep points off the board.
Good.
I think because I kind of got that 4-letter nickname, we started thinking about Dare early. And I think that it's just good with the play on words to keep points off the board, just because, that's one of the main things that I do and one of the main things I bring to the table as a ball player. So I think that a lot of people will like that one in reference to Dare.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got my personal favorite,
Mine
the
too.
Swatson shirt. I think there's a lot of things that make this one cool, but I think mainly having like that caricature cartoon type of vibe. I think that it really gives like some vintage vibes. Yeah. And just to have that with the swatting on the O, and then the Mile High City in the back with my signature, I think that came together really nicely. So I'm excited for that one. I'm gonna make sure my grandma and my grandpa both get that one.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure they get all 3. But and then we got the next one, the PWat. And this is kind of just a tough one, I think, because we incorporated the 8-ball with it and the skyline in the background. I think that was super tough, along with the pictures. So I'm really excited for all 3 of these shirts to drop, man.
When did the 8-ball become your thing?
As soon as I started wearing 8.
Makes sense.
Nah,
do you wear 8 because of Kobe?
It's a funny story. So I wear it for a few reasons, but number one being the late great Kobe Bryant.
Sure.
Obviously, he was a huge inspiration for me, especially I rock the afro as well. So that's definitely a big inspiration for me on that. And just after, kind of how my story went with getting drafted late and, being one of those highly touted guys in high school to kind of an underwhelming college season and then still getting drafted. The 8 to me also kind of represents an infinity sign, and just that things keep going no matter what, and to keep pushing and the work will show. So that's definitely a big reason as to why I wear number 8, is because like I've been through some tough times, and this hasn't been a straight and narrow path. There's been some zigzags, but through everything, I fought through adversity. I've had a lot of resilience, and I think that that's going to make my story beautiful one day, is that nothing was handed to me. Everything was earned through hard work and, you know, just being a good person. So it definitely symbolizes the infinity sign to me as well.
That's awesome.
You're so good at this.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going like, oh, it's for Kobe
Wow.
or this, that. The fact, I mean, because I'm observing you, I always talk about this. There's a wall between us, medium player, this or that. And so we're almost just always taking little notes. But one thing is very clear to me is you're just very thoughtful. So when we ask a question like 8 ball, I think, yeah, it's his number, this or that. But the fact that there's all these layers, that's one of the things I really appreciate about you. And, you know, I said this on Twitter the other day, but you do have a very rare combination of being both a favorite, 5-star blue chip player, and an underdog, 30th pick, you know, red shirt rookie season. And I think that you bring equal energy to the table. You bring that favorite, you know, bravado and the underdog chip on your shoulder. And I hope you never lose that. Because I think it's a good combo.
Absolutely. You know, the lessons that I've learned in life have taught me a lot. And it was a blessing in disguise, honestly, for things to go the way they did. Just because I think that it gave me a different sense of humility and hunger, because, you know, when you just slide right through, you're one of those highly touted guys in high school, McDonald's All-American, and you go one and done, and you're the number 3 pick. There's a sense of comfortability that comes with that, because I'm just used to being at the top. But I have that, like, I'm at the top confidence, but also the hunger of, there were 29 teams that said no on me and passed on me.
Right.
So that's something that I'll never forget. And, you know, little things, like even not being selected for the Rising Stars game this year,
Right.
like that's something that just fuels my fire. And it's just going to add to the story when it's all said and done. But my goals are much bigger than, you know, that. So
I mean, Dyson Daniels is a good defender.
Can I ask one question,
like,
fellas,
come
real
on.
quick, if that's all right?
no shade to him. He's a good player, man. You
Yeah.
know, they had their reasons for picking him.
No question.
Peyton,
But what do you got for us?
Peyton, I hope you can hear me from here. We appreciate you being thoughtful. That's good. Good for the brand. I want to give you a chance to talk a little shit. I have a yes or no question straight up. Are you a better dunker than Aaron Gordon?
Ooh, he's not watching.
I'm going to say no, man. After what we've seen from him on live TV throughout the years, we got to give it to AG. I mean, hands down, one of the best dunkers ever.
This is a
Let's be real.
professional answer.
So,
Humble.
I mean,
all right.
I think you got to take into account not only his dunk contest, but also his in-game dunk. I mean, the guy dunks like crazy. Like,
All right, but after Aaron Gordon, Denver Nuggets, are you
after
number
Aaron
2?
Gordon on the Nuggets, you slide me right in there at 2. You know what I'm saying? I
That's all I
got
need
some
to know.
stuff that I don't think you guys know I can do up my sleeve. So I'm looking forward to being able to showcase that.
Yeah, here's a question. Are you a rising star?
I think that I'm
Not
a
in the
young
NBA's
and,
mind, apparently.
I think I'm a young, up-and-coming, really good player. I got a lot more to show. You know, there's guys who got snubbed from the All-Star game. Like, there's bigger fish to fry than just somebody who maybe didn't make the sophomore and freshman game. So, I mean, I never make it about me. There's guys who have done more than me in this league and had really good seasons this year. Jamal Murray being one of them.
Yeah.
And they don't have any hardware or necessarily an all-star team to show for it. But for me, guys like me and Maul, we got bigger goals. You know, 2-time champion sounds a lot better than one-time Rising Stars or one-time All-Star.
You stay humble. We'll talk shit
Yeah,
for
we'll
you.
do that.
when you're not around.
Absolutely. I
Let
want
me
you guys
log into
to.
my PWat Muse account
that's
here
you?
and tell
We got them.
Vote. We got a game for Peyton lined up.
Yeah, that is true. We do. Peyton, you talked to us about this magic 8-ball thing you got going on, and we really want to help you make this part of your brand.
Cool.
And so with that in
Is
mind,
this his sheet right here?
we've got some magic 8-ball questions for you, and we were just hoping that you could drum
These
up
are
some
right
Magic
here.
8-ball answers.
A lot of viewers might not know what a Magic 8-ball
This is true.
I
This is a
should
thing from the
preface that
80s.
with this.
Yeah. My lava lamp idea got shot down.
Yeah. A Magic 8-ball back in the day was a toy. Before we had the internet, you had to entertain yourselves. And there was the ball, you shake it, you ask a question, and then it gives you the answer, yes or no, or something in between.
That's
Did
good
you know
context, guys.
Rubik's
That's good
cubes?
context.
That
Rubik's
used-
Cube,
that
yeah.
used to
You
keep
say,
us
same
interested,
category
man.
of thing.
Yeah.
It is the same category.
They've been
yeah.
alive before, though, so
you
I
gotta
think I
pick.
think they know what it is. All right,
So you gotta
here's your
pick from
question.
here.
Here's your question, Peyton, and we need a Magic 8-ball answer. Will you ever attempt a Sombor shuffle in a game?
We asked Julian Strother this, and he said absolutely not.
As I see it, yes.
All right.
We'll get
good.
one day.
That's
We'll
the
get
answer.
one
Wow.
day.
All right. As I see it, yes.
So
I
what
like
would have to be the circumstances for this to happen, though?
Low shot clock, no other choice.
Do you think that's when Jokic goes to it?
I think he could go to it second 1 through 24, but I think he relies on it
Yeah.
in the late clock because it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
And it's just a shot that if you're the defense, you're willing to live with, but he makes it at such a high clip that it's not even really fair.
Yeah.
But I think he doesn't like to settle, and that's why he doesn't do it more.
I agree.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if you ever take it and make it, you just got to point at him. Just point right at him.
Yeah.
Oh, dog. I might do a little bit more than that, dog.
Can you? Because I know I saw you practicing it one time in warm-ups, but like, how good are you?
It's tough
That's a tough shot.
The footwork's tough to get down.
It's tough to get down, but it's different when you actually got Joker teaching you. Like, it's a rhythm thing. Like, he shoots it at the same cadence every time he shoots it. And it's something that I'm trying to get the hang of. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to perfect it the way he has.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to do it the way he has. But I could definitely pull it off.
I had Adam trying to teach me how to do it.
Trying to show him, man. Not
Yeah.
everybody can pull it off like me and Yoke. It's tough, man. I don't know how you teach people. You either have it or you don't.
All right, next up for the Magic 8-ball, a.k.a. Peyton Watson. Would you ever want to participate in an NBA dunk contest? I think I know the answer.
I'm going to say most likely.
Most
Most likely.
All right.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Leave the
One
door
day.
open.
What would hold you back from participating in that? If you got an invite, I assume you'd want to go. So what's kind of like? What
I mean, I've been asked about it. I got asked about it this year, but
They asked you to do it this year?
yeah, but for me, it was more so about establishing myself as a player first.
Gotcha.
I think that's
Yeah.
one thing that will hold me back from doing it is not getting to where I want to be as a player, which for me isn't an option. So that's why I say most likely. But I think it'll be good. I want to be one of the first people to be like, there's a really good player in the dunk contest. And I want the best players to start doing it again. I think
I
that's
like
what
that.
makes it the best for the fans. I think that makes it memorable. So
Getting thoughtful. He
Good
wants
answer,
to save
man.
the dunk
Good
contest by getting memorable players in it. And first, he has to become a star to then save it.
And,
It's a
and
great
to
plan.
do that, he turned down the dunk
He
contest.
turned it
this
not
year.
yet, man. It's coming. I love it. What
Okay,
else?
next up for
Breaking
you.
news.
We've just learned talking to you in this episode that this is on the table. Will you lead the team in blocks this season?
Ooh.
You're
I mean,
one behind Jokic for the
it's
lead.
there. It's there, but Joke gets so many of those little strips
That's
that
true.
they count
Yeah.
as blocks now. He's got
Yeah.
really, really good hands. But honestly, I mean, I wouldn't say count me out at all. You know,
We're
I'm
gonna need an
hungry.
official
I'm
Magic
hungry.
8-ball answer.
Got to keep points off the board.
Yeah.
Little advertising for our shirt. Go buy that. And yeah, man.
What's the at Magic 8-ball answer?
My Magic 8-ball answer for that one. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is certain.
all
right.
That was a real zig there. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna
the answer
I'm
of
gonna
it.
challenge myself.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I knew
There you
we'd
go.
get one. I knew we'd get one.
All right.
Okay. Will you visit Nikola in Serbia one day?
Without a doubt, brother.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt, yeah. I'm
We need a whole
definitely
team
gonna
trip
do that.
next year.
Yeah, no, we definitely got to make some time and carve some time out to do that. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I just want to see how the life is. I'm gonna put my phone away for a couple
Yep.
days and just live on the farm with Joker,
Yeah.
tend to the horses, learn how to ride them, and just I want to go to a Serbian party. I just
They're
want to
fun.
see what life's like out there.
Yeah.
Guess what? We went.
We did go.
And I'm also thinking that because like Serbian people are such big Joker fans and Nuggets fans that like it'll be something cool to go out there. I think that a lot of people in Serbia will like it too. So
oh, dude,
No
you would be a massive celebrity. Out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, even we were.
Trust me.
You would
be a
definitely
celebrity.
I can give you one piece of advice: do not mix rakia and Yellen.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
beer.
mixing Rocky and nothing.
You say that
It's
now.
all or nothing for me. Yeah.
All right, a couple more for you. I'm really testing your confidence and your bravado here. Okay, we know that you would challenge a lot of guys at the rim. Would you ever meet Wemby at the rim?
Unequivocally. It's not even- is that on here? It is decidedly so.
Decidedly so.
I'm not afraid to jump with anybody.
Love it.
I don't
Not
care.
taking a business
I don't
decision
care who
on
it
that.
is. No.
He's
No.
crazy, man. Some of his dunks are like,
Nah, he's super lanky. It's just one of those things where I just have to be right place
Yeah.
and time it right. But I mean, if you watch the game this year, Julian Strother got in front of him when he tried to dunk
Yeah.
it.
That's
Fouled,
true.
fouled the hell out of
Yeah.
him. But
Yeah, you gotta foul the hell out of him. On
yeah,
that.
but I mean,
Unless you block.
he got to come to the rim.
yep,
He got to come back to 10 feet. So
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll close thing
gotta
out with
come
another.
back
We'll
to
close
10
this out
feet.
with another. We'll call it Aaron Gordon question. Would you ever live inside of a warehouse with a basketball court?
I would. I love ball. So that's definitely something that I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and say, as I see it, yes.
All right.
As I see it,
What's
Maybe
the
a couple
craziest
contracts
thing
from
in
now?
Aaron Gordon's house?
The craziest thing in his house, I would just say the fact that he has like a cold tub. I would say how much stuff he has in it. Like he has a cold tub, a hot tub, a yoga room, a library.
Same.
A library.
This house is so
Dog.
much cooler. We only see the court,
Yeah.
warehouse
You
part of it.
wouldn't-
It's got all these secret places too.
He's got a nice kitchen in there. He's got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
So
Wow.
he's definitely one of the more creative people that I've been around. So
that's
hats
awesome.
off to him. He's doing it big.
Yes.
Peyton, you're doing it big as well, man. This has been an incredible interview. I feel like, and I always appreciate when players come on the show because I feel like, again, we're talking to the diehards, and I feel like I know you a lot better now than I did an hour ago, and I'm thankful for that.
Absolutely. I think that's what makes everything special is me being able to be tangible and y'all being able to kind of pick my brain a little bit and get to know me better. So I think that that's something that we've obviously accomplished here today and that I'll continue to try to do as I further my career.
All right, one last Magic 8-Ball question. Will you come back on the show someday?
Someday I'll definitely revisit you guys, give out some game, man, give away a few gems.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. We appreciate you so much. You can hit that outro
I think we
music.
got
You
some
guys,
super chats.
oh, we have super chats. The fans paid to ask you questions. How many do we have, Kale? 16. Let's race through them here.
We'll go through them
Yeah.
quick.
We'll
Quick,
go rapid fire.
yep.
Rapid fire. Elliot Baker asked, Peyton, I left a gift for you with the boys. It's your team-issued Star Wars Night Grand Rapids gold jersey. I thought we were going to make it a surprise. So the team-issued one, you were in Denver when the game was played. And he says, I also produced for Travis Scott if you ever need
Nice
beats.
little
So
plug there.
He
Okay.
bought you a gift.
Let's get in the stew, man.
Let's get in the studio. There you go.
Okay.
All right, what else we got? Throw them 8 up. PWat is a young goat in the making. We're all rooting for y'all to win again. Thank you for the hard work to entertain us.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Somebody paid just to tell you that. Cedric Exquisite says, Baby Goat PWat, let's go BLA for us.
Look, I'm gonna tell you now. That is genuine. He loves you right there because that is a tough man to please.
He talks shit about Dev every day in the chat. That's
Oh,
what he
really?
says. Yeah.
He's
Me
my
too.
guy, though.
Me
He's
too.
my guy.
Druid says, you and Jokic are destined to make Denver the new 90s Chicago Bulls.
Wow, that's
Ooh.
big time. Not to set
Project
the
Dynasty,
expectations
baby.
too high.
Project Dynasty.
Project Dynasty.
I do a little reading.
I love it, man. Project Dynasty. What else?
I do a little divine reading.
I love it. The boy's dad says, one minor request, PWat, coming off the floor after a win. Let's see that smile.
He's
Enjoy
too
it with
locked
your
in.
fans.
He's too locked in.
Locked in. What a funny request. Chris says, PWat, appreciate you for bringing grit effort to Denver. Keep it up. If you weren't in the NBA, what other passions would you pursue?
Ooh, this is a good one. This was a good one. I really don't know. I've put all I got into this for as long as I can remember, man. But one thing I will tell you is I would definitely do something where I could either be collaborative with other people or just work with people because I'm a people person for sure.
Love that. What else? Hugo says, wish you all the best, PWat. I hope you stay healthy and help us getting a second ring this year. Love from Germany. By the way, do you know Wolf 21?
Next question.
Inside joke. You don't know the answer. All right, what else we got?
Is it one of the greatest Wolves
Elliot
of all
Baker
time?
says there's PWat Muse, but Peyton, you should see my collection. I've got some of the rarest PWat memorabilia there is. I've got one of your finals jerseys you wore during the Heat series.
Wow.
I don't know how you got your hands on that, brother. But if that's the truth, you one of them ones for sure.
There you go. All righty. Sean says, can't wait for that first team All-Pro defensive honors. Can't wait for the final form of the PWat Jokic two-man game. Watch out, Jamal.
It could
What
be
a weird,
it
what
could
a
be a
weird
big
wording.
three.
Weird wording to the teammate.
Need him.
Yeah. Get out of here, Jamal. Thor says, Gordon is Mr. Nugget 1.0. PWat is Mr. Nugget 2.0. Mr. Nugget.
Vice President of Mr. Nugget.
People are making...
That's a big honor, man. I'm trying to fill in some big shoes, but I'll definitely be able to do it.
There you go. What else we got? PWat for All-Star Game 2025 next year.
You got a lot of hope in me. I like that. I got a lot of hope in myself. Me and you both, bro.
Victor says Snoop wore Watson's jersey at a concert with the others staying out of social media. Is Peyton ready to be the cultural face of the organization? We talked about this a little bit, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty big. A lot of famous people love you.
The Snoop Dogg one.
You know that? Like,
yeah, man. I think it's a part of coming from LA.
Yeah.
And just having the network that I do have. But, I mean, that was an all-time moment for me when Snoop was able to wear my jersey. I wasn't able to be there because I was in Vegas for Summer League, unfortunately. Right. But that made my whole year for him to do that. And just the continuous support he showed me since I've left Long Beach, probably high school, has meant the world to me. So
that's crazy.
I appreciate that.
That's awesome, man. Boy's dad again says next year dunk contest with Mr. Nugget as your coach. Ooh,
he could be like throwing you lobs.
Redeeming a redemption arc for Aaron Gordon. I kind of like the single.
Yeah, that could be good.
I like it. He
That's
got
a
robbed.
good little idea.
Says, PWat, even though we have two superstars who brought us a chip, you keep the season fresh and are the guy I'm most excited about to watch every night. The future is bright. Project Dynasty 8-ball.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's what I strive to do, is bring energy every time and just want to be that guy that fans come to watch and they're like, he made this experience worthwhile.
What else? Lumi says, PWat's absolutely graceful. No look on the fly reverse dunk in game 1 of versus OKC. That's what I knew we were about to see a whole bag. Keep hustling, P. Do you remember this play?
Absolutely. I went baseline, threw it behind my head. That's definitely a dunk I got in my arsenal. More to come.
And there was a whole bag.
A whole bag?
The whole bag.
Is that what it said? Did I get it wrong? All right.
He's got a whole bag.
Walter says, the show is always great, but I guess like PWat is next level. Hope I'm still around when number 8 is raised in the rafters.
Wow.
Man, we keep every super chat is elevating it more. Pretty soon.
You're getting pretty crazy.
You know, they say, when you're good, you self-proclaim, and when you're great,
there you
others
go.
proclaim for you.
There you go.
I hope that's true, man.
Steve May says, round 2 of the 7 piece.
It keeps going up.
Keep going up. Just FYI, make it so. Number 8.
Can't wait, man.
7P, then Lumi, last one. P.S. A lot of us are rocking with you. Always love.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And more people, those are the people just paid to tell you how much they love you. Hit that outro music, Kale. Everybody, thanks for riding up with us this whole time. Those shirts out tomorrow, D-Line?
Hopefully.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll have those shirts out. If not, then very, very soon. You'll check them out. Peyton Watson. Hit the like button for us on the way out.
Yes, sir.
We all silly like the mayor.